season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Taken from about the 12. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw right away. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big run that time by Elliott. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Saints. Jonnu Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Play action, it's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. On 4th down, the Bucs will call on Anger. Brian Anger to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And able to get this out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than
this time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On play action, Lawrence.
This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. From 6 yards away.
And the Buccaneers have taken the lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Pulls it in at the 13. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Play action. It's Wilson. A dump off to Elliott. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this is caught at the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Slant route, and he finds Thornton.
That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Devin Singletary with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception? And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Go, go, go.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played.
And now here is another interception. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. That one complete to Elliott. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now it's Wilson. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And that one results in 35 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, it's Cooper. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, now Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Wide open receiver, complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Got his man, it's Thornton.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up.
Under pressure, they got him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bucs trying on 4th down but come up empty, and the Saints will have the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
On 1st down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And this is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Lawrence going to throw again.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Now that'll bring up second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Treston Ebner, 45 yards. And the Bucs have opened the lead up to 30. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From the 24, Lawrence. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Cooper. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
58 to Mike. Hey.
On first down, Lawrence.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
58 to Mike. 58. 58 to
Look at me, zipper.
There's a party now. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 to the Mike. Hey, what's the ball?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set them up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go. Check.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Lawrence.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided. To protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And some space. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Treston Ebner
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
Taken from about the 12. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Again, it's Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now Wilson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
To throw is Wilson. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people in.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea.